Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Wimbledon. Now, enjoy some highlights of the games we played this month. Actually, one less game because our game against Fleetwood Town got postponed due to a waterlogged pitch, which was just ideal. Considering the conditions in our last live com, I think we could have probably played ahead. But anyway, guys, if we could get 400 likes on this video, if you are still enjoying the series, and the support over the last couple of weeks has genuinely been unbelievable, and so I cannot thank you enough for the support that you've been showing, and hopefully it stays, and hopefully you guys are still enjoying it. Enjoy some highlights of the games we played this month. It's been a bit of a weird month, but I'll explain why in a sec, and I will join you guys in a minute for the FA Cup game against Sheffield Wednesday. That is going to be tough. I'll see you guys in a sec. Slips it through and Rigg goes round his mouth. I don't know how he's got that in, but it is Wimbledon 1, Luton 0, and that's his 40th career goal for Sean Riggs, and would amazingly move us up to the top of the table. There we go, Wimbledon 1, Luton 0. In the second half, Luton really stepped things up and probably should have not only drawn but won that game. Bigirimana all over the top, and Jones is in there for Oldham. That's a beautiful goal. Oldham 1, Wimbledon 0. My God, I wasn't expecting this one. Paul Murphy's through again. Surely not another one for Oldham. They've scored again. Oldham 2, Wimbledon 0. Reece Murphy, and we're 2-0 down against 16th place Oldham. Is this run finally going to come to an end? And his man, Loveridge, goes through a few, saved, Rigg on the rebound, and it is Oldham 2, Wimbledon 1. We're back in the game through Sean Rigg. Surely we can come back again. Murphy steps up. And it is 3-1 to Oldham. Amazing. I think we finally are going to get our first defeat in quite some time. But hey, it's been a good run so far. For Murphy. Murphy's in again, and it is 4-1 to Oldham. Amazing. It's our biggest defeat of the season by some country mile. We've come here and they've given us a bit of slap and tickle, unfortunately, to send us home packing. There we go. Oldham 4, Wimbledon 1, amazingly. And we're still top. I honestly cannot believe we've actually drawn that game 0-0. We had such a weakened team due to all the training injuries, but there we go, 0-0. Right guys, we're back, and we're going to do ourselves a question of the day. And today's question is this: who do you think will do the best at the Euros out of the home nations and Ireland that qualified for it? So basically everyone except Scotland, unfortunately, my homeland and all that jazz. So yeah, basically, as much as it would be easy for me to say that England will do the best, just because pound for pound they're probably the best squad in terms of the actual quality of the players. However, I don't know whether they'll be able to play as a team in the way that they would struggle with. So I wonder if a team like Ireland or Wales or even Northern Ireland or any of them really could really put an amazing run together. You know, the fact is, Northern Ireland won their qualifying group. They've clearly got some quality in there. Admittedly, wasn't the strongest group, but still they managed to win the games, and you can only beat what's put in front of you. And plus, those teams are better at playing against teams when they've got their backs to the wall. So I just wonder if someone like Wales might step up and actually throw a few surprises in there. They were able to get decent results against Belgium, so why not give it against, you know, Belgium, one of the best teams in the world? I don't see any reason why they can't do even better. I think Wales could genuinely be a dark horse that could sneak past and maybe even do better than England at the next tournament. I genuinely do, and that's not just because I have a soft spot for them, because of my save. Who do you guys think will be the best performing team of those nations in the Euros next summer? And if you do have any ideas, of course, for a question of the day, drop those in the comments too with the hashtag QOTD. Right, so as you can see, our run did come to an end, as you will have known. Now, the reason we had to play weakened teams against both Oldham and Walsall is that after the Luton game, well, we got not many injuries in the game, but in between the game and the next game, we managed to get ourselves like about 9 training injuries, just out of nowhere, really niggly little, like, you know, 9 to 12 days, that type of crap, basically. And it meant that there was a lot of rotation needed for the Walsall and Oldham games, and you could see how quickly we went off the boil against Oldham, losing 4-1. And frankly, I have no idea in the world how we didn't lose against Walsall as well. We were absolutely battered there, to be honest, completely destroyed. But there you go, we managed to get away with a point, and that leaves us still amazingly top of the league, because Barnsley have had a woeful month and have just been losing games hand over fist. But it is very, very tight now, 2 points separating the top teams, top 3 teams, but then there's a bit of a gap back, but we do have a game in hand still, so you just don't know. Things could go either way for us at the moment. But one thing I was a little bit worried about, and I'm genuinely saying this, is that I was worried that us winning all the time was actually going to get a bit boring to watch. And I've never had that situation before, because I've never had a save where we've been so successful so quickly, and hopefully that isn't the case, guys, but I like a bit of a struggle, and you know I do, because that's why I pick these sort of saves. So I hope that us winning a lot of games over the last few episodes hasn't got dull for you, and hopefully it's been an enjoyable experience. I can't imagine it's going to last that long. Obviously the run has come to an end now, but yeah, I just didn't want it to get dull. I mean, it's a shame that we've lost those games, of course, but we're still top of the league, I suppose. But I just didn't want you guys to think that, you know, we're just going to blast through this series, because I just don't think that's how it's going to go, frankly. But anyway, key passes as well. Top key passer is Jake Reeves with 77, of course, as you would expect, with Loveridge on 73. Is there anything else I wanted to quickly talk about? Right, so this is the team we're going to go with today. Loveridge, Taylor, Bartram, Toonga in the middle, interestingly. He's actually come into his own a bit lately and has been doing decent. Shenton, unfortunately, is one of the players I believe is still out injured, unfortunately, along with Kinsella, Frankham and Elliott, of course. Robinson's not even playing for us because he's out on loan. Or has he come back now? So Reeves and Tunga in the middle, Ford on the right, Toure in for Kinsella, of course, Teixeira, Byrne, Fuller and Shea. Now, obviously, this is going to be crazy difficult because we're playing against Sheffield Wednesday, who are a bloody good side. I don't know whereabouts they are in the Championship. Let's have a little gander. Can we do that from here? Let's see where they are. They're actually 16th in the Championship, so they're doing all right. Looking like a comfortable staying up sort of season for them, so that's fine. I don't think we're going to go through today, but you just don't know. You know, this tactic seems to work quite well. Then again, the system they're playing, I'm wondering if I maybe should have gone with the narrow one. I don't do it very often. Usually we don't do with the narrow one. In fact, the only time I've used the narrow one this season, I think, I actually can't even remember what game it was. We definitely used it in one game, but I can't remember who it was against. We're going to go and get started into this one. But yeah, so hopefully you guys are still enjoying this save. The fact that we're top of this league at the moment is just outrageous, and this game is going to take us away from that a little bit and give us a chance to try and pull off a ridiculous cup upset, because of course we are playing at Hillsborough, so anything we got here would be an unbelievable result. Hutchinson now for Wednesday, up to Hurst, but you know, with the way we're playing, who knows what we can come up with, although admittedly the form lately has kind of dropped off a little bit, of course, with, oh, that's poor, João out wide for Hutchinson. I think we could end up getting the Willie here at this point. Hammond at the back post, and it's put in there. Oldham did that a few times against us too. Those crosses to the back post. Dean Hammond's 40th career goal makes it 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday after only 4 minutes. We may have to try and shut them down somehow. That's a poor start to the game, but that's how Oldham got in a couple of times, I think, with those long crosses to the far post, and I just don't think there's any way of us really stopping that, other than marking the winger from the other flank. But Hutchinson here very casually just lumps one across. It's a great ball. Goalkeeper who is wearing yoga pants, because naturally he's wearing yoga pants. Hammond puts it in at the back post though, and it is 1-0 to Wednesday. I can't really do a lot for the old pro zone just yet, because we've not got enough game time under our belts to actually see get a lot of the possession, which is fine. We're being dominated in the air. Sam Hutchinson is completing a lot of passes. Okay, that's fine. No, it's not fine. That's something we need to try and rectify in the latter stages of this game. Tunga, of course, oh, that's a great ball. Loveridge is into the gap here. Can he go round? He does. I don't know what their goalkeeper was doing. The goalkeeper's union will be on his back, but Loveridge makes it 1-1 here. And, well, when you look at the balance of the game, it's probably a pretty deserved equaliser. They've not offered anything since they scored. And I think it was Tunga, who, I tell you what, I've played him in a few of these cup games, and he just has this wonderful spray of passing. I think he played in the Johnson's Paint Trophy game earlier in the season, and was just fantastic in the middle. Like, he really does have a great range of passing, and has picked out a wonderful pass there for Loveridge, who's put it in the back of the net. McGugan, okay, right, no. McGugan is, unless he's a winger, where's McGugan? Right, no, McGugan is going to be closed down, because he's clearly the playmaker for Sheffield Wednesday at this point. He's got 3 key passes to his name already. If we can try and shut him down, then that would be ideal. Wallace's ball in, and again, the problem is, I do not know how to defend those types of free kicks, unfortunately. Kieran Lee puts it in. I've yet to figure out any kind of situation that allows us to defend those, and we've conceded quite a few goals this season from those sort of situations, but that doesn't mean that we're down and out yet. You know, all it takes is one ball through from Tunga again, and Loveridge is through. Really disappointing in Shea there, coming out a little bit too early. I still don't get why he's wearing yoga pants, but hey, maybe he's going to do some Pilates afterwards or something. So, let's see. It's hard to tell, because you can't really rattle on them too much, because of course they're playing against a team in a higher division, so it's difficult. Who's really... So, Hutchinson's putting a lot of crosses in. Ross Wallace is not putting a lot of crosses in. They've had 8 key passes, we've had 9. Interesting. Is anyone doing a lot of those? 10, 18... 18 and 10 have got 2 apiece. I just want to see if there's any particular players that stand out. Obviously, there are other aspects to look at, but passes is kind of important. One of the most important features. Lewis McGugan is clearly their main man, and he's got the most passes and the key passes. So where are his passes going? That's kind of what I want to see more of. Let's just see where McGugan's putting these balls. It's all very well us closing them down, but where are they actually going? So, kind of all over the place, to be honest. Nothing really that cohesive. Let me just make it so that it's in the final third, other way around. So he's actually generally central and spreading in the play. Nothing that I can really notice for now, other than just closing him down, I don't think. I suppose we could always shut off who he's passing it to a lot of the time. Let's just see. Who's their main man up top? Oh, they've got 2. But Hurskell isn't playing that well. Zhao probably could do with a bit of tighter marking. Closing down always as well, and showing him onto his weaker foot. I don't want to tackle him too hard, because he just give away penalties when you do that with strikers often, I find. So if we can close down McGugan and then close down his outlets. See, his pass completion has actually fallen to 63%, which is pretty pissing low. So if we can just try and mark him out the game and then stop him from passing it to the main man. The only reason I've targeted Zhao is because he has a higher rating, basically, so it implies the other guy wasn't doing a great deal, because he was only on a 6.4. Ford's ball. Loveridge! Oh, he handled it. Hand of love there. Anthony Ford's got some good key passes under his belt today. Wallace, another free kick whipped in. Zhao's up, and Hurst has not put it in. Incredible save from Shea, and he's offside. So that's lovely. The problem is, it's just this sort of situation, and that should be mopped up easily. Tunga drops it back for Shea. Obviously, it's a poor ball, and it kind of is, really. Lee, away for Hutchinson. Hutchinson is a bit of a worry for me, but that's just because this is our weaker side, and that is such a... Oh, lovely ball, lovely save. Shea is keeping us in this game at the moment. It's tough. We've held our own, in a sense, against a decent side from the division above, really. So we can't be too annoyed if we were to go out here, but I still feel that there's that one little chance in this game for us, maybe, if we were to keep plugging away. Now, Teixeira's a bit knackered, so we're going to get Nightingale on, or are we? No, we're going to go for the Riley. Taylor's frustrated, but who do we get in? Is Rig or Aziz? Rig is a decent... Lance has had a poor game. He has, and we're going to have to get him off, I think. Toure can't really come off, and I'm thinking maybe Tony Harris... Or do I make... No, I won't make 3 subs now. Tony Harris, I've offered him out because he won't sign a new deal. It looks like we should be able to get about 250,000 for him if I can negotiate that. 6 key passes for Ford. Maybe we should go attacking for this final part of the game. More direct approach. I'm tempted to get Harris on for Reeves here. And then also make one more change. That is... Come on. I'm going to exploit the flanks a little bit, because they're very narrow, and I wonder if we could maybe get in down there. We haven't looked at the heat maps very much this season. I've mainly been looking at the passing as a sort of route for these things, but in a narrow formation like this, perhaps we can exploit that a little bit. Maybe we should even look for the overlap, unless we're playing early crosses. No, I actually think we can do that too. Gets our fullbacks forward a little bit more. Could get us caught out, but hey, it's worth it, I think, for a chance at maybe getting a draw out of this game and maybe getting a replay. Some FA Cup money there, and maybe even some TV revenue would be very, very important. But yeah, Tony Harris, unfortunately, he just has not agreed to the new contract. He won't even talk about it, which means that he may end up having to go. I don't know who he's going to go to. I initially put him in a little bit too cheap at 100k because I wasn't sure whether we could get that much for him, but apparently we can. So that's the plan, basically. Try and get rid of him for as much money as I can in the fee, as well as negotiating a 50% of next sell-on fee clause in there, basically, because it's all very well us losing him, but I feel like he's going to be worth more than that at some point, and I want to make sure that we can get our payday, because, you know, he was a good signing for it. Oh, Burn does really well, but what a save again. If we were to get anything from this game, it would be down to James Shea. He's been an absolute monster between the sticks, and that looks like it's going to be it, though, unless we've got one last sting in the tail. Barcham, Loveridge, ball in, cleared, and that's Forestieri should whip this clear. Cut out by O'Reilly. There's still 30 seconds to go as Andy Barcham with a poor touch there. Back for him. Can he slip it? Oh, wow, that's a long crossfield pass to Fuller, but there's so much space out wide for Anthony Ford. Go on, ball in. Go on, Fordy. Ah, it's a poor one. And Loveridge will keep this in probably, but loses out to Palmer there. And it looks like we are going to lose 2-1 to Sheffield Wednesday, but to be honest, that's not a bad performance across the board. Yeah, okay, we've not won in a couple of games, but I'm still pretty pleased with it. I have to say, I genuinely can be pretty pleased with them, to be honest. They gave a really good account of themselves against a really decent Sheffield Wednesday team, and on another day, we might have actually got something from that game. But there you go. A 1-0, 1-0, 2-1. And we've got some interesting games coming up now, because we've got the Johnston's Paint Trophy semi-final first leg against Barnet, as well as a home match against Oxford, who have kind of fallen away a little bit. Why is this not going anywhere? Come on. Right, okay, so let's see, next game. I'm thinking maybe Colchester at home. What's a tough game? Fleetwood is the game that was rearranged. That's enough games in between, I think, because that'll get both Barnet games in there, unless you guys want to see that. I don't know. I have to decide right now, though, because I need to record this game tomorrow. So let's see. Wow, there's some tough games in there. Birmingham are rubbish at the moment. Swindon are pretty poor as well. We could win a few of these games, guys, which is a worry. Well, not a worry, but you know what I mean. I just don't want the series to get boring if we do keep winning like this, because I'm in shock, to be honest. But there we go. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please do drop a like on the video. That would be bloody fantastic. And if you have liked it even more than that, please do subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in your inbox every single day at 7 o'clock. And I'll see you guys in the next episode for probably a game against Colchester, I think, unless the Barnet one seems like a really juicy one to do. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.